Hello Aquarius, I am Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, and today we will do your spiritual philosophical card reading for the month of May. These cards are more a kind of advisors. If there is an issue in your life, emotional issue, maybe there's a situation in your life where you are stuck, maybe something you want to change. Anyway, we just see where it goes for you, Aquarius, for the month of May. So here I go for your spiritual philosophical card reading for the month of May. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your spiritual philosophical card reading for the month of May. As your first card here, it tells us, or it tells you at least, don't take things the wrong way. What does this mean? Well, we all have an ego, a personality. This develops since we are a child. There's all kinds of things happening in our life. There's our childhood, there are parents have an influence, teachers who has an influence on us, education who has an influence on us, all circumstances of life, and it shapes us into who we are. And here we see here, it's possible that your ego or your personality, for the moment, this could be a temporary situation, that your ego is easy to get insulted during this period. And it's possible even that sometimes with this card here, it will not apply on everybody, but that we even would mock others here. And we could also be easily annoyed. This is what we are seeing here. And it's possible also that you think, how could these people do that to me and why? And it's possible that in your mind, the way that others approach you, that your mind, it turns like into imaginary horrors. You imagine situations sometimes here with this card that are not really there. This is what we are seeing here with this combination of cards. And it's possible, we know Aquarius is a sign who works a lot in his head, who thinks a lot here. And it's possible that you have less peace of mind or no peace of mind of all here with this card here. And sometimes here, with this card here, we need to also be understanding, and we need to understand that also others, we have our feelings here, and but also others have their feelings, and sometimes maybe other people react in a certain way, and it has an impact on us, and the other way around also. This is what we are seeing here. So the best thing here with this card here, it's not to be offended by anyone. This is probably a temporary situation that we are in. As we said, as we see here, sometimes with the card, there could be certain, as I say here, it's written in the stars here with these cards, and it could be a temporary period here that you are very sensitive, easy offended. This is what we are seeing here. But we need to put ourselves above this situation. Mostly Aquarius, they are a sign for the best for everybody. And here we should not take it really personal. Aquarius, normally they can easily take distance in their mind here, and we need to see things sometimes for the greater good. This is what we are seeing here. But it could be, and it's possible, even if you take some distance, that in your mind, even if you take some distance and you intend things good for the greater things, you think to yourself, your mind is still turning around. Why is this actually happening to me? Why do I exactly attract this situation? What is going on here? And then probably you take it one step further and you think to yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how to learn from this? And it's about you observe yourself. Then it's like, if you go one step further, probably you will start observing yourself. And it's like, if we start observing ourselves, that we start persecuting ourselves. So here we see that don't take things personal. Don't take things as a personal affront. I'm aware that everything is personal, but you need to take distance here. It's important here that you implement the real Aquarius here, and that you see things for the greater good and you take distance. This is what we are seeing here. Here we see here that we cannot also interiorize other people's behavior as a personal criticism. You probably are very observative with this card, and you observe the people, and they act in a certain way, or they react in a certain way, and you take this as a personal criticism also, because also this card makes very observative, and it could stimulate a kind of bitterness in yourself. And you need to be careful here that you don't accumulate too much of this. Maybe this is already for a while going on here, and you have nurtured here a certain suffering, and it all deprives you of inner rest in your mind. It could, this is a momentarily thing here that we are seeing here. This could be for the coming weeks here. This is what we are seeing here. So it's important here not to feel offended here with this card here. Don't put oil on the fire also is important here. Anyway, we need to see here that actually people can hurt your personality or your ego, but be aware also they cannot hurt your higher self. We are all divine children, and this is what is said here to you. No matter how others behave, it's best here to take distance and just react to it with a smile. This is what we are seeing here. If there are certain resentments, just let it go here. Turn your attention here to situations that really require your attention and learn lessons and move on. This is what we are seeing here. Also, with this card, we cannot doubt our own value or our own worth. Here, it says here that maybe because we experience this situation, and we don't get the right affirmations from others, and we could start to doubt ourselves. But remember here, Aquarius, they are mostly unique beings. They have a different way of thinking, and they are mostly here. We go to the Aquarius time, and things will change. A lot of Aquarius already know what is coming, and this is a unique talent and gift. So here we see we need to turn a blind eye sometimes for certain offensive behaviors. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes these people cannot see probably where this is going, and you already know where it's going. So light your own inner strength here and choose for peace. Don't go into it. If you know where it's going, it's no use for going into the situation. The next card here, it's a little bit a card in the same way. All the cards here is that you need to illuminate your light here. Here we see that we will start here with the last card, and this card tells us here, because the reading is very close, and here we see with this card that we need to dispel of certain things that cloud our mind. So what does this tell us? Well, it tells us here with this card here that there's probably some unclear situations in our life here. This is what we are seeing here. And your life, as we saw in the first card, it's a little bit hazy. And it's like we are twisting the truth ourselves, even though we know what is the truth. And here we see that we need to call upon our pure heart and give ourselves here the right information. This is what we are seeing here. You know you have access to this information, so don't go into confused ideas. This is what we are seeing here. Mostly Aquarius, they are very well informed, and it's important here with this card that we stay informed. So you need to gather as much information as possible. Also, this card tells us to listen carefully, pay attention to details, observe and learn the details, and don't interpret things with too much passion. Again, here we see the same, especially the behaviors of others here. And if you can take that step here, you will see that your mind, it clears more out from those around you. And also you will be able to have a more loving attitude if you take distance. But what is also important with this card is that others clearly understand our intentions. So we need to speak with a pure heart here. Don't be emotional about certain things here. Don't be vague, be correct. Observe and be correct here. Let your higher mind speak. Breathe calmly. Also, this is the card of breathing. Breathe calmly and expect the best of it, even if the situation is different. This is what we are seeing here. And if you react in the right way, you will see that this fog or this pollution, it will just disappear. Because the last card that we are seeing here is that we need to actually see the light. Sometimes here, it's like we have certain illusions, and it could be that we see ourselves, again here, as worse than the other or better than the other. So it's a double situation here that we are seeing here. It's like we are creating something false, and this creation of this false ego, it creates a certain separation of us. Separation is not necessarily a bad thing, but isolation might be. It doesn't mean you need to change your idea, because sometimes if we have unique, special ideas, it leads to certain forms of separation. It can be. But also, this is a time, we go into Aquarius, as I said, this is a time that we need to connect with groups that fit us. It's very important if you feel that you don't belong to a certain group anymore. This could even be your close relatives. This could be people that are for many years very close to you, that you feel and that you think sometimes in yourself, what is changed here? Did I change? Did these people change? Did the world change? And it's possible this is in your mind. But we all come from the same source, but we need to connect exactly with the groups that fit us. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also, we could, again, as I said here, we could have a difficult period here. Sometimes also, you could have the feeling, I don't know if you know a lot about spirituality or religion here. Sometimes this card, it also is, it has like a little bit the stamp of the evil eye. And it could be that we have the feeling, am I here? Is there looking some evil eye over me? This is what we are seeing here. And it's possible there are sufferings, and you blame yourself here. But here it's not about that we are worse than the other. It's not that we are better than the other. We are not, especially not incompetent, but we are also not superior. So here we need to see that we balance ourselves very good out. This is what we are seeing here. Sometimes also this is the card about jealousy. It could be that people around you are jealous of certain situations in your life. If they are not jealous, and you do certain things and you observe them, it could be that they act indifference and you think, what is this? This is what we are seeing here with this card. Anyway, if we feel inferior, it's that you are not accepting certain strengths that you have because they are there. And it's possible that you don't want to accept these strengths that you have. Maybe you feel that they are unnecessary, they don't fit you, but they are there and they are part of you. And it's possible because you feel this way that there are certain behaviors that you behave in an inappropriate way, or others say to you that you behave in an appropriate way. This is what we are seeing here. If on the other side that we feel superior, here also we need to be careful with that one. If we feel superior, it means that we are in a form of pain. Something is hurting us and we could feel superior or behave towards others superior. Here we see sometimes that every person in ourselves, sometimes it's a reflecting of ourselves and life in general. So if you feel inferior, you don't value your own qualities here and your own self, the beauty in yourself. If you feel superior, you deprive yourself of the gifts that you have and also the gifts of others. This is what we are seeing here. And here, to get rid of this difficult situation or this evil eye, look for common elements that you have with others. And here we see that we need to look for things that makes us actually feel isolated. So we need to see, and this is the word for Aquarius, we need to see the human side, the higher side in other people. And Aquarius knows what I mean with this. We need to see the human side, the higher human, and the divine self also in ourselves and in others. We all have challenges here. This is what this card tells us. We have weaknesses, but we also have very divine lives. And you need to remember that you have this divine life. So free yourself from this situation because you only have the ability, and watch with the eyes of your higher spirit and not through the filters of your ego. This is what we are seeing here. So Aquarius, I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this philosophical, spiritual card reading. If you are interested in the classic Lenormand card readings, I do also classic Lenormand card readings. They are very much in detail. This is with 9 cards. And we do also the financial philosophical card readings. These are more if there are certain financial matters in your life, positive or negative, these card tells us how to act and how to react, or they give you certain advice, maybe how to act and to react. This is what we are seeing here. Anyway, if you like my videos, please consider subscribing. Thank you for doing so, and we see each other in my other videos. Thank you, Aquarius. See you next time. Bye bye.